Hello, welcome to today's video. We are on page number 32 of Keyboard Musicianship Book 1. This page introduces us to improvising and composing. Let's first look at improvising. So improvisation means that we create melodies without rehearsing, without preparation or planning. It's like spontaneous music creation. What we're going to be doing is using the black pentatonic scale shown below. So we have here our middle C, and we have these five black keys. Okay. And we also have these notes. Okay, so what we're going to do is me, as the teacher, will be playing a pattern, an accompaniment pattern, 3 different times that will set the mood for your improvisation. Use elements of repetition, of sequence, which means the same idea but on a different pitch. For example, notice how the rhythm sounds pretty much the same, but it begins on a different pitch. And it changes, okay? And of course, use contrast, which means change in the melody. Notice how the melody is pretty much the same. And that is a contrast. Use the 4 notes that we have been working with so far, which is a quarter note, a half note, a dotted half note, or a whole note. It says to develop 4-bar phrases in the beginning, and then later we can expand the length of the improvisation. So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to go on with 2-bar phrases. So I'm going to be playing the following pattern, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll just play for about 16 bars, and we can see what you come up with. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and provide an example, first of all. So there's an example of creating an improvisation using the different notes, using different ideas, using contrast, repetition, and sequence. So I'm now going to go ahead and play the accompaniment for 16 bars, and let's see if you can come up with something on your own. 1, 2, ready, go. So by the end, you should have come up with something to cadence this improvisation. The next example of a pattern sounds like this. And so you're going to be using these black keys, starting on G flat, A flat, B flat, D flat, and E flat. Okay, let's go ahead and do 16 bars of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the last one will return back to this 5-note pentascale, starting on D flat there. And it's going to sound the accompaniment like this. Make sure that you keep within the rhythms that we have learned so far. Try not to put any eighth notes. Keep it at this tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. That should provide you with practice. We will be doing this live and in real time during your lesson. The next part of today's video talks a little bit about composing. It says here to compose a melody in 3/4 time using the handsets shown below. So the handsets include starting on D here. Actually, no, not these one there. So these two notes will not be played. But we're actually going to start with this note here. These 3 notes, and then we're going to do all the way up here. So using these 8 notes, we are going to create a composition that consists of at least 4 phrases long, like 16 bars. So we're going to once again use the elements of repetition and contrast. It says here that your melody should make use of steps, skips, and repeated notes. The tonal center will be F. And then, of course, we'll begin and end our note either on this one here, played with finger number 4 for the right hand, and then finger number 3 for the left hand. It says here that you are to notate your composition for your instructor and our classmates to examine. Afterwards, we'll add phrasing, dynamics, and tempo indication. And then last, of course, we'll give the piece a title, which relates to the mood of your melody. Now, this is different than an improvisation. This actually does require a little bit of planning and preparation, and maybe even some alterations if necessary. So try your best to come up with something using these 8 notes. Try to make it sound kind of like what you've been practicing or working on before. And we'll see what you can come up with this week. Do your best, and we'll see you then at next lesson.